Hello everybody and happy Friday. I just want to make sure I'm connected here, so just give me a second. Perfect, it looks like I am. So anyway, it's Friday. I hope you all survived the week and that you're looking forward to the weekend. It looks like here in Edmonton it's going to be a gorgeous weekend. I'm hoping I might be able to get outside and start doing some yard cleanup because it's that time of year. But as it's Friday, I have got a really fun fancy fold card for you today. It is called a twist and pop-up card. So it's a little complicated, this one, but I think I've got some pretty easy directions for you guys. Before we get into that, you want to make sure you take a screenshot of this screen here and save that somewhere. So if you are going to be placing an order this month, and the order is under $200, make sure that you use the March hostess code. It is VG69WEJ2. The reason why you're going to want to use that is because for everybody who uses this code this month, I will enter you into a draw to win some of the free hostess benefits for the month. And where you can place your order is if you head over to stampinwithlindsayl.blogspot.com and click on Shop Now. You can enter the hostess code when it prompts you, and then you'll get automatically entered into the draw. As well, while you're at my blog, make sure you check out some of my recent posts, as well as subscribe to my emailing list so that you will get to stay up to date on some of Stampin' Up's news and updates, as well as some of my own news and updates. Alright, so this is the fun card we're going to be making. I'm going to be using the Special Someone stamp set and Special Day dies. And this is how this card works. So I've got cute little balloons on the front, and then it just pops and opens up like that. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this one. Before we do that, I just want to touch base on a couple of my classes I have coming up. So on the first Monday of every month at 7:30, I do hold a new and beginner stampers stamp class on Zoom. It is free for new and beginner stampers, so if you're interested, let me know. The next class we are going to be doing is we're going to be using this all-inclusive kit called the Hello Dear Friend. So if you're interested in attending the class, let me know and I'll send you one of these card kits. This is what the kit looks like when you get it. You kind of get all the pieces that you need. So you've got your ink, this is your glue dots, you've got a square block, your stamp set, some dimensionals and string, and then you've got some of your labels, your your leaf pieces, here's your card bases. Like, it literally comes with everything you need. So if you're still fairly new and you're not available to attend the class but you're interested in purchasing this, just send me a message and I'll walk you through how you can get your hands on this all-inclusive kit. It's really great for beginner stampers. Another class I've got coming up, it is next Friday, March 26th at 7 o'clock. We are getting together via Zoom to make these fun cards using the Sweet Ice Cream Bundle. Today is the last day to register. I can get the kits in the mail for you today. The cost to attend the class is $10, so if you're interested, let me know by about 8 p.m. tonight, and then I'll get these kits in the mail for you. This one, actually, I'll show you this card. This is one of them is a fancy fold that we're going to be making, so it's called a belly band card, which is super cute and adorable. Set that aside. Oh, as well, so a couple of days ago, I got my March paper pumpkin, and I'm so excited about it. So if you haven't heard about Paper Pumpkin, it is a subscription box that Stampin' Up! Offers. It's $30 a month, and you just head over to the Paper Pumpkin website and you can subscribe there. You can choose to purchase, you can either subscribe and do a monthly fee, or you can prepay and save a little bit, either 1, 3, 6, or 12 months at a time, which is pretty handy. But this is the kit I got this week. I've already made a couple of the cards, but when you get the Paper Pumpkin kit, it comes with this cute little insert. It shows you what the cards look like, and it has instructions. So this is another great option for beginner stampers. It comes with everything you need. So if you are new to Paper Pumpkin, your very first box will include a clear block that you can use to stamp with. This kit included everything you need to make 8 cards. So I've already made 2 of them. So this is the 1 card. So it came with the envelopes and the card. So I made this one. And then this is the other one I made. So this is the envelope and then the card. And they're super, super adorable. But again, this kit comes with everything you need. So you've got all your pieces. Here's your little like trees and your sky scenes and ground. And here's your stamp set. So it does come with this stamp set. These are your envelope inserts and the envelopes. Some more inserts. So basically everything you need. So your card fronts, your card bases are down there. This kit included some stencils, which is really fun, so I can use those on some other projects, as well as a sponge. It also had some twine. It's got the Calypso Coral ink and all my glue dots and dimensionals that I would need. Now it is too late, unfortunately, to purchase this kit, as the deadline to get this kit was March 10th, but we have another great kit coming out. The deadline to sign up is April 10th, and it is going to feature some cute popsicle, and it coordinates with the sweet ice cream bundle from the current mini catalog. So you have until April 10th to sign up for that. If you're interested, let me know. I can help you sign up. And one more thing before we get into it, I just want to make sure that you like and or share my live videos. For everybody who likes and shares, your name gets put into a draw to win some of the cards from that week. I did the draw this morning for February's cards, and so congratulations to Deneen, Bilkis, Gail, and Kathy. I've heard from 3 of you so far, and I've sent out your cards in the mail. So Kathy, if you're tuning in and watching today, make sure you contact me so that I can get your address and get your cards out to you. All right, so let's get into our card here. So to make this card, I used the Special Someone stamp set, and this is what it looks like. It's got this cute little raccoon and squirrel and mouse and some balloons. It has one of my favorite sayings, actually. There's some stamps in here. It says, "This balloon is special. It's filled with helium." So it's a great stamp to send to someone who's maybe feeling down or sick or maybe getting over COVID. It's, you know, that's something that we're dealing with right now. But this is a really cute stamp set, and it does coordinate with some dies. So I've used this whole little bundle to make this card. All right, so I'm just going to set that aside for now. If you missed the screenshot with my March Hostess code, it is in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, so it'll be there for the duration of the video for you. Alright, so let's get into this. So I am using some Smoky Slate cardstock, and this is my card base. It measures 4.5 inches by 11 inches, and I've got it scored at 5.5 inches. So I'm just going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to start by burnishing that score line I've created. Okay? Then you're going to want another piece of the Smoky Slate cardstock here. This one measures 10 inches by 3.5 inches, and it's scored at 2.5 inches, 5 inches, and 7.5 inches. And the way you're going to fold this one is you're going to accordion fold it. So I fold over that way, and then I fold back the opposite way. And I'm just going to burnish each of my score lines. Just like so. So then you'll get something that kind of looks like this, where you've kind of got like some mountains. So you've got some peaks and valleys going on. Okay. And then you're going to need another piece of the Smoky Slate cardstock. This measures 8 inches by 3.5 inches. And I'm actually going to show you how I score this one, because this one's kind of tricky. This is going to be your twist mechanism. Okay, so I'm just going to get out my Stampin' trimmer, and I'm going to put my cutting tool at the top because I don't need it. I only want my score tool. So the light gray is the scoring tool. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to score this down the middle on the short side at 1 3/4 inch. So I'm just going to score that. And then you're going to make some marks on the long side. So you're going to make a mark at 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. So I'm going to go 2 1/4. I'm going to make a mark down here, and then I'm going to move my score tool up, and I'm going to make a mark right here. And I'll show you why we're doing that in a moment, okay? Alright, and the next one is 5 3/4. So again, I'm going to make a mark here, and then I'm going to slide it down, and I'm going to make a mark over here. Okay, so now I've got Mark here, mark here, mark here, mark here. All right, so now you're going to do a diagonal, making kind of like an X in the middle of your paper. So what I do is I'm going to line up this mark that I made onto my score line, and I'm going to line up this mark that I made, make sure it's all lined up there, and then I'm going to take my score tool and run it across. So now I've got a diagonal line. I'm going to do the same thing the other way, so line up my two marks, just like so, and run my score tool along. So now I've got kind of like this X in the middle. So you see where I'm folding it? So you do want to roughly fold all of these lines here so that they're kind of bendable or palleable or whatever you want to call it. Malleable, I think, is what the word I'm looking for. All right, so I've kind of folded them all. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your two ends on the right and your two ends on the left and kind of pull them together like that. So you'll kind of get an image that kind of looks like a little house with a roof. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm going to burnish all these score lines. So go down the middle here. I'm going to flip it over and do it on this side too, because I really want them to be strong folds. Okay, so this is your twist mechanism. This one is your pop-up mechanism, okay? All right, so now we're going to start by decorating our card. So I am going to decorate the front of my card first, and I am using some of the True Love DSB. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. And then I've got a piece of basic black cardstock. This measures 4 1/8 inch by 5 3/8 inch. And I'm just going to adhere my DSB onto my cardstock just like that. Okay. So I'm going to get my Stampin' seal. And I'm just going to put a few strips on here. Usually I do 3 lengthwise and like a couple the other way. And glue that down. Now this is, I'm going to warn you right now, this is going to be a thick card, so if you are mailing it, you're probably going to need an extra stamp. This is more of a great card to give in person. I've given out a few of these to friends, and they always are surprised when they open it up and this little pop-up shows up in front of them. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the front of my card. Just like so. And then to decorate the front, I have cut out a piece of basic white cardstock using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I've got this cute little scalloped rectangle that I'm going to use. And from the stamp set, there is this cute little balloon string. And I also need a balloon. So the way I decorated the front of my card is I took the balloon outline and I used some Memento ink here. And I put the balloon, I think I'm going to want it right about there. Okay. And I'm just going to clean this off a little bit. Always clean your stamps between stamping so that they don't stain. It's one good tip I can give you. And put your stamps away so you don't lose them either. And now I'm just going to color in the balloon. So there's a nice stamp with this set as well that fills the balloon in for you, so you don't have to worry about coloring. You just need a colored stamp pad. So I'm using the Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to stamp over top to color it in. So easy coloring. Again, I'm just going to clean my stamp off to prevent staining. And I won't need this one anymore, so I'm going to put it away. Okay, so my stamp side. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp this kind of string for my balloon. So I'm going to start with the middle one, just like so. And the other two balloons I'm going to pop up. So I've already stamped them and die cut them out. So I'm just going to pick where I want them to sit. I think I'm going to put one there, and I'll put one over here, just like so. See how fun that is? Okay, again, clean your stamp off. It's always important to clean them off between usage. Alrighty, let's let's see here. Oh, I see Connie's joined me. Hi, Connie. Thanks for joining in. And Bilkis. Hi, Bilkis. Okay, one last thing I'm going to stamp. So there's this tiny, tiny little butterfly stamp in this set, which is adorable. And I'm just going to add a couple butterflies around. Well, I've got my ink pad. So I'll put one there and one down there. Again, clean my stamp off. The Simply Chamois is great for cleaning stamps off. So if you don't have one, I highly recommend you get it. When it dries out, you just re-wet it again. It's very handy. I've had mine for a couple of years now. That's how well they'll work. Okay, so I've already got my pieces here. I'm just going to get my balloons. So I've already, again, stamped and die cut out some little balloons, and I'm just going to adhere them to the front of my card using some dimensionals. Let me see here. I've got some mini dimensionals. So I'm just going to put one on the back of each balloon and attach them. I'll do that one there. Got the green one on the right side, just like so. And then I am going to attach this whole thing to the front of my card. So just like so. Thank you, Bilkis. I love the colors too. I showed this to my spouse, and he was like, wow, that is actually fantastic. He's like, it's not feminine and it's not male specific, so you could use, it's kind of a gender neutral card. So he's like, next time I have a birthday and I need a card for a boy, he's like, I might come and steal that one from you. Alright, so let's put that center in the front of my card. And I'm not going to put a greeting because all my greetings are going to be on the inside for this one. Okay, so now to decorate the inside of your card, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want something down here. You could leave it blank if you want and write or stamp on this, but I like to decorate it a little bit. So this is another piece of black, basic black cardstock. It measures 4 1/8 inch by 5 3/8 inch. And then I've got another piece of basic white cardstock. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to glue one on top of the other. Just like so. And then we'll stamp a little bit on it to decorate it. Okay, so I'm going to get, I love stamping on top of this because I get a really crisp image. So the first thing I'm going to do is there is this cute little flower in the stamp set, is I'm going to stamp one of these down here. So I'm going to get my Memento ink pad out and stamp this cute little flower. Just like so. I'm going to need that flower again, so I'm going to leave them out. And then I put 2 of the stamps together. It says a very special day, ... for a very special someone. So I put them together on the same block so that they will line up. And I'm going to stamp that down here. Just like so. And clean this stamp off because I won't need it again. Okay. And now I can glue this to the inside of my card. So I'm just going to put my ink away so I don't put my card in it. And again, I'm just using some Stampin' Seal. Do a few strips. Alright, so that inside the card here. Okay, oh, I forgot to color my little flower. So, oops. There is this cute little flower stamp, and I am going to use Seaside spray to color it. So again, you just need some colored ink pads. You don't need markers or pencil crayons or anything. And I'm just going to turn this until it lines up. There we go. And stamp my color down. And there we go. Now we got this cute little blue flower. I'm going to leave this out as well because I'm going to need that again. Alright, so now let's put our twisting mechanism in here. So what you're going to do is I'm just going to get a ruler, and you're going to measure at 2 1/8 inch, you're going to want to put a little mark. So I've got a little marker here. You won't see this mark, so don't worry if you use a pen or a mark or whatever. But at 2 1/8 inch, you're going to put a little dot. Okay. And this is just so that you can line this little point on your mechanism up with the dot. So what you're going to do, this is where it starts to get tricky. So you've got your little house that you folded. And on the roof of your house, you're going to put some glue. And I'm using mono multi-glue because I find it's really permanent and sticks really well. So I highly recommend that you use something that is super sticky because you're not going to want your popping mechanism to fall apart. Okay, so I've just got a little bit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up at that dot and sort of line it up on the side so it looks straight. And then I'm going to close my card on top of the little house. Just like that. I'm just going to push it down. And then when I open, see how it's stuck there? I need to slide it down just, there we go, just a smidge. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing, but on the other side of your house. So putting glue on just your little roof. Just like so. And again, I'm just going to close the card. There we go. Once I think it's stuck down, I'm going to open it up, and I should be able to open it and lay it flat. So just like that. So now you've kind of got a T shape. So now when I close it and when I open it, so I can open it all the way and close it all the way. So that's how you know you've got it working. All right, so now we're going to decorate our pop-up mechanism. I'm going to let this dry a little bit. Set that aside for a second. I'll put that over here. Okay, so now we're going to decorate our pop-up. So I have got 4 pieces of basic black cardstock. These measure 3 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch by 2 1/4 inch. And then I've got 4 pieces of basic white cardstock that measure 3 1/8 inch by 2 1/8 inch. And I'm just going to take these and glue one on top of the other. So I'm just going to use my seal, do a couple strips in each. So you're kind of making these like panels for your pop-out. There's 4 of them, so we've got to make 4. A little extra down here. There we go. And 2. And we got 2 more to do. Okay. Once our pop-out mechanism is decorated, then I'll show you how to assemble the remaining portion of the card here. Okay, so last one here, and then we'll decorate them. And I want to copy the decoration for my other card, so I'm going to open it up just so I can see what it looks like. Okay, so one of them is going to have a little squirrel. So let me just find some, I want some large dimensionals this time. There they are. Okay, so I'm going to get 1 dimensional, put it on the back of my squirrel, and he's going to sit right about there. Okay. And then I'm going to have another one. So I've already, as you can see, I've stamped and die cut out our little characters because I didn't think you guys would want to watch me die cutting all day. Because it can eat up some time. The video would probably be twice as long. And then on this one, I am going to put this little tiny mouse. He's going to go right about here. And I'm going to put the greeting. This little greeting says happy birthday. So he's the one saying it. Just like that. Okay, so now this other one I'm going to do some stamped images on. So I'm going to get out this flower again that I had. And I'm going to stamp it right about here. And I'm not worried about getting it on both pieces of cardstock because if I stamp black on black, you're not really going to see it anyway. Okay, so I don't need this flower anymore, so I'm going to clean it off and put it back and get, I want the little, there's a little flower in this stamp set now, so now I'm going to use this little flower. We're kind of creating like a field of flowers at the bottom here. So I'm going to do one here, one there, we'll do a little one there, and then a nice tall one. There we go. And again, I don't have to worry about coloring with these, so I'll just set that up there for a second. So I'm going to do my big flower first. So I still have it on my block. Again, I'm just using Seaside spray to match the other portion of my card that I've already stamped. And I just have to turn and line it up till it matches, which it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Okay. I love these like two-step stamping where you don't have to worry about coloring. And now there is a little flower as well. So there's a little flower to stamp the other ones as well. So I'm just going to figure out the way it sits. That looks to be it. And I'm just going to stamp. Stamp to color. Okay, and we got one more. It's tricky to figure this out. Now I feel like I'm all turned around. There we go. Close enough. Alright, so I'm just going to put my Seaside spray ink pad away, clean off my stamp. Lots of people ask me how I keep my workspace so clean, and the trick is really to just clean up as you're going. Oh, I see Gail's joined in now. Hi, Gail. I'm going to get this little butterfly out again and stamp a few more butterflies too. Just to fill in some of the white space, I guess. That's what I'm doing. And one there. Okay, clean that off. But yeah, the biggest tip I can give you guys is if you're stamping, clean as you go, because then you don't have a big mess to take care of when you're done. Okay, so I'm going to put that away for now. Now I'm going to glue these panels I've created onto my pop-out mechanism. So I'll start with this one that I stamped. Just a few strips of Stampin' Seal. I'm going to put that one there. And this little squirrel is going to go on the right. Right about here. And we'll put the mouse kind of middle left. I think these characters are so cute. I'm a bit outdoorsy myself, so these little characters just remind me of the outdoors, which I cannot wait for summer and camping. I live for it. Alright, so we'll put the raccoon on the far left. Okay, now we got to do card assembly, so I'm just going to put some of that aside here. So as you can see, when I lay it flat, this is here, and when I close it, it closes up like that. So I'll get this one. So right now it's laying flat. And what I'm going to need some of my mono multi-glue. I'm going to take the lid off because I'm going to need it. And I'm going to line it up in the center of my piece here. And I'm just going to eyeball approximately center. So that looks about center to me. So what I'm going to do on the right hand side, I'm going to flip the little squirrel over. And in the top right portion, I am going to put some glue. And I'm using mono multi-glue again because it's really sticky and sturdy and holds well. And then I'm going to close that over, just hold it down for a few seconds, make sure I get all the glue on there and that it's going to hold. And then I'm going to come over here, and where the raccoon is, I'm going to flip him over. And instead of doing the top left, I'm going to do the bottom left. So on one side you're going to want to put glue on the top square, and on the other side you're going to want to put glue on the right square. And that causes that twist mechanism that you see when you open and close the card. So I'm just going to hold that down until it's glued nicely. I'm going to put my glue away before it dries up. Okay, so now I should be able, when I close my card, to close it. And what you might have to play with it a little bit. There we go. So I just picked up the center with my finger and it started to close. And just like this, and it's a little stiff. So usually what I suggest when you make one of these cards is it is going to be stiff, because the cardboard is pretty stiff and you haven't played with it too much. So before you give it away, I recommend opening and closing it just a few times. See how it's working better and better the more and more I use it? Ooh, that one time it stuck. But yeah, so it just kind of makes the cardboard a little bit softer instead of so stiff. But there you go, guys. That's the twist and pop-up card. I hope you enjoyed this cute little card. And I will try and get the dimensions and measurements on my blog in the next couple of days. So if you didn't get a chance to write them down while we were doing the video here, just make sure you head over to my blog and check it out. Or if you're subscribed to my email list, I'll have a link to my blog for the instructions in there as well. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and joining me today, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your Friday and weekend, and we will see you guys next week for another Facebook Live. Happy stamping!